Anytime you argue with a racist person, the first thing they say is go back to Africa, go back to your country. And you know what? That's low-key a great idea. I feel like all black people should just go back to Africa. We could turn that bitch to the new Wakanda. You feel me? Like, imagine if we just had all black people living in Africa. We'd have to cut out all the gang culture, though. I know it's already gang culture in Africa, but we'd have to cut all that shit out. Like, imagine all the black minds working together in Africa, in our own country. So yeah, racist people, y'all were right with that shit. Let's go back to Africa. Fuck y'all. Don't blame me. It's science.
Racists will make exceptions to their racism. I'm mixed black and white, and I was raised by my white family, and several of my family members are racist. No, not all of my white family members are racist. However, there are a large number of them that are racist. They'll never admit it, but they are, just like most racists. And one of the reasons that they'll use to justify the fact that they're not racist is their love for me and my siblings, or their black friends, or the black people that they choose to date romantically. So I was 5 or 6, and kids, we all used to play with everybody in the neighborhood. So we're outside playing, we're doing our thing in my great-grandparents' yard. I go inside to get me a drink of water, and my pawpaw, that's what I call him, my pawpaw looks at me and he says, "Get them ninjas, hard ERs, out of my yard." Mind you, I'm a child. That was my first time ever hearing that word. And I was so confused. I said, "Papa, what's a hard ER?" I remember my mama, his wife, she would say, she was the sweetest lady ever. However, she was complicit in it. She said, "Don't worry about it. You just go outside and play. Don't worry about that." So I went outside. I went back outside with my friends and I said, "Y'all, my papa said we got to get out of his yard." So we all went over to the neighbor's house. I did not understand until I was older and started reflecting and looking back just how fucked up that was. And y'all, that's just one story of many. Now that I'm older, I reflect on so much, and I'm sorry. I'm on my healing journey. I'm trying my damnedest. But I know there's a lot of y'all that resonate with this same exact thing. If y'all want to tell y'all stories, I would love to hear them. I would love to talk about it. Some shared experiences. Yo, I'm telling y'all, y'all don't understand just how deep racism cuts. Especially from people who love you and make you exceptions to their hatred. And I'm having the toughest time as an adult navigating that side of my family. I will be discussing this topic a lot more because it is time for me to heal from some shit. And I have stayed quiet on it for so long because I did not want those people who claim to love me unconditionally to feel any type of way. And you know what? It's my fucking truth. It's my truth, my lived experiences. I will speak on it because it's real shit that happens every day.
Can I help you with something?
Yeah, I was just dropping off your signs. My boss said it was this address.
You realize the Ku Klux Klan is still prevalent.
Do you want these signs here or no?
We have no problem.
This is a uptown.
Is it?
Sad situation, but
Oh, that makes
I don't
sense.
want to start a riot.
And good luck to you, but
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
No.
this town is just,
So, just be safe.
you're safe where you are, but
Okay.
they are still very aggressive.
I'm just gonna say it and be honest. The only time I experience racism is when talking to other black people. The only time I hear the black man can't do this, the black woman can't do that, is out of the black voices. It's kind of ironic how that is a thing. You would think the other racists will be saying that, but they're not.
Now, for me, I've experienced racism from all different types of races, not just black people, but I have experienced the most racism from black people. Even all the way back in high school, I remember being called whitewashed just because I speak like this and I don't have a hood accent or ghetto, or saying things like how I'm not black enough. And up until now, I'm getting racial comments from black people because I'm speaking out on the racism that is within the black community. And sometimes you'll see the comments, the racial comments. It is very weird behavior because instead of us bringing each other up, we're putting each other down. We're saying that we can't do this, can't do that, that we don't have the power to do this. That is bullshit. We have all the power. We have more power than we've ever had. I mean, we can vote, we can buy houses, we can get whatever career we want. Schooling, the possibilities are endless. Some black people on here hate that I say that all white people aren't racist. They rather us live in a hateful world than build this world off of love or lead with love. And I think that is so weird. We need to lead with love and not hate. If you do agree with that message, follow me so we can spread love together.
To tell you that it's not a calm situation. It's maybe calm for you because you don't give a fuck. Because you think you have the right to tell whoever you want to come in, but you don't. You said on the phone, I have the right to tell whoever to let in. No, you don't. You don't have the right to discriminate in this country. It's a crime.
For reservation.
On the basis of race. Do you? Do you? Yes or no? Do you?
My brother done into
This is what happened.
Okay.
This man right here, Tabiso, came in yesterday, okay? Moments after Jordan came in. Moments after, okay? Your bouncer stopped him and said, why are you going in? Who are you going into? Okay? He said, why are you asking me? He said, you can't come in here unaccompanied without a white person. He said, what? He said, you can't come in here without a white person. If you come in here, I know what you like. You steal, you guys cause trouble. You need to come in here with a white person. He asked him, who decides this? This is what the bosses have told me. Then Jordan, not knowing where Tabiso is, goes out and sees the bouncer re-explain this and says it to him again and says, it's not me who decides, it's the policy. Now, I'm sure if this had to fucking get out, there's a lot more people that have experienced this. This is firstly a crime. I'm not done speaking. When I'm done, I'll give you an opportunity. It's firstly a crime in this country. Do you know where you exist? You exist in South Africa, where we have a deeply painful history of this shit. Secondly, this shit will fucking blow up. An institution like Hands, you're known. You're not a fucking somewhere in the middle of nowhere. You can't be fucking doing this shit. You will become like cliques overnight. You'll have protesters outside your fucking door. Do you think this is alright? Is this the practice of the business? Is this how you've decided and instructed your fucking bouncers to do? Speak. You clearly know about this.
Well, listen, we've been trading for 8 years. We've never had an incident ever before, and I can speak for our barman. And we've got an eclectic. I mean,
what are you saying? Address the issue.
Just hang on a second.
Eclectic. What the fuck?
We've never had a race issue here before. Is that correct, Danny, or not?
So what does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
I'm building up to.
He's aware of it. He's aware of it. I've heard of
it.
Here's why I don't date black women. Listen to me when I'm talking to you lot. I'm listening. Because you lot don't like to listen. I don't date black women because you don't like to get put in your place.
Which place?
Your place.
Which
and when you get put in your place, you think you got taught like a man.
That's why they were cheating on you then.
You're not men.
That's why they were.
Go, where's your hair? Where's your hair? Where's your hair?
Triggered.
Where's your hair? I'm triggered. I said I was triggered. Did I not say I was triggered? Show me your hair. Take off your eyelash. Take off your eyelash.
You're pressed.
Take off your makeup.
You're projecting.
And I'll bring my natural hair Indian woman in here now.
And then what?
she looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on your blonde. Shut up, man.
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
There's no reality a short, toothless, ginger black leprechaun should be able to come online and berate, embarrass, and talk down to black women, and all those black men behind him were laughing like it was funny. This isn't entertainment. This is detrimental. As a black person, we know what racism looks like. As a black man, I'll never know what racism coupled with sexism looks like in terms of misogynoir. And being a black woman, you are treated the worst of the worst in almost every society in the world dislikes black people. But what's worse is black women are treated the worst by their own black men. It's not a secret that the black community suffers from internalized colorism, internalized racism, internalized misogyny that was instilled upon us in all the systems that we grew up in. But berating a group of black women on TV for clicks and views, and then every other black man behind this man is laughing, just speaks volumes into how misogyny and colorism is embedded in our cultures, where no matter what cultures we're from, due to the impact of colonialism and slavery and what that does to our minds. To weaponize a black woman's hair against her is to be ignorant to the fact that black women's hair were weaponized against them by the colonial slave masters all of their life. Their experience was different than a black man, because black women getting sexually assaulted by white men, and then having white women be jealous of them and have them cover their hair. And then when their hair was covered and then it became stylish, they would make them cut their hair. They would make them take out their braids. They would make them look as rough as possible and not groom themselves because they didn't want them to garner the attention of their husband and or be more dramatic than them. You know, everything we do culturally is very beautiful, very detailed, very, very distinguishable. And they didn't want that. So for generations, women have been dealing with the oppressors oppressing their self-identity, oppressing their self-worth, and oppressing their appearance because of these factors. So for you, a ginger toothless black man, to say, where is your hair? Take off your makeup when you look like you are ashy and eat carrots for a living. All you're doing is feeding into the colonial master's plan that's working on all of us. On all of us. And you know, I see that black women actually still love black men. They adore black men. They have black sons, black fathers, black uncles. But for the life of me, when I see shit like this, it shocks me that they even care about black men anymore, or that they even want to fuck with black men anymore, especially when black men think this is okay. And I know this was in the UK, but this is a problem that extends throughout the entire diaspora. It's a problem in America. It's a problem in the Caribbean. It's a problem everywhere that there are black women and black women. There's a problem with this. And I just implore you, man, to before you talk about how you can't subjugate a woman, why do you think that you need to put a woman in her place? Ask yourself if you can walk an inch in the mile that black women exist in, and being treated the lowest of the lowest in the social hierarchy, in the racial hierarchy, and the sex hierarchy, and then still have to walk around with a smile. But if they don't, because they're treated like shit, they get called angry, aggressive, just an angry black woman trope. But if a Latina does it, it's a spicy Latina. I want a spicy Latina. If a white woman does it, oh, that's just a crazy Karen. If anybody does it besides black women, it's considered culturally acceptable or something exotic. Ask yourself why this internalized hatred of ourselves, because that's really what it is. It's because there's no way you can have a black mother, black aunties, and a black grandmother who helped raise you, but then you scream loudly about why you don't date black women because you can't stand black women. There's a lot to unpack with that, but the internalized colonialism that we deal with in our brains every day, we have to unpack generation by generation. And it gets better with each generation, but it's unfortunate that this clip is being used because there's no reason for that man to be so angry. What are you so angry about? What are you so angry about?
While Black women are being pushed out of jobs across this country, this is the narrative being fed to employers.
The amount of special treatment that Black women get in the workplace blows my mind. They can be dumber than a box of rocks. They're given special leeway. They don't abide by the dress code. They're late all the time. And there's always an excuse. And if you're a manager and you hold them to this excuse, you're the racist because their kid or something happened in their family. And we have to stretch the rules for them. We have to overlook it. We can't say anything. Managers are afraid to approach them and confront them about the dress code, confront them about their hair, confront them about tardiness, because they'll have a video made. Somebody will say you're being racist. And so managers all over the world, owners, when you hire Black women, be prepared what comes along with that. Be prepared for your other workers to feel highly uncomfortable when they're constantly seeing somebody not abide by the rules and not a damn thing is done about it. Not a damn thing. And most businesses will stand by and will put up with mediocre performances because they want to keep their doors open and they don't want a TikTok video made about how racist they are.
Handle on that video was at Pepper's Play Zone 2, and what she said is not misunderstood. It is downright racist. She's not talking about individual behavior. She is assigning incompetence, lazy, and disruption to Black women as a group, and then warning employers about hiring them. That is textbook anti-Black bias. And here's the part people keep ignoring. Over the last year, we have seen a disproportionate number of Black women pushed out of the workforce through layoffs, terminations, and forced resignations. We are talking hundreds of thousands of Black women losing jobs while also being one of the most educated, and fastest growing segments of the workforce.
I'm doing a Dear Black People series from a Latino because there's a lot of quiet stuff that needs to be said out loud about Latinos concerning blackness. So I'm gonna break this up into different little parts, but just to keep it short. But the most important thing that I need black people to understand is that the level of retardation that Latinos have going on in their own community definitely outmatches yours in the way that, yes, Latino culture is racist by nature. And so it's not just a racism thing against you, it's a racism against ourselves. And we do ourselves worse than we do y'all. It's like this. I want you to imagine that in your community, light skins actually made an actual effort to keep dark skins down on purpose.
So in Clovis, California, you have this black lady and her family goes out to a bar to have a good time, but they're harassed by racial slurs by this Hispanic or Latino man. Check this video out. It's pretty triggering.
TikTok, do your
Black people spell ignorant I-G-N-A-N-T.
I love it. I love it. I love it. You'll be out of a job next week, babe. Oh, I love it.
Fresno, California, and my lovely friend here has decided to call me and my friend, me and my family niggas.
When he just punched me and
After the racist comment. After the racist comment.
As black people, where can you go without being antagonized, right? This attack was unprovoked. This is in California, Clovis, Fresno, California. It wasn't a white tea person. As you can see, this was a Hispanic Latino man. And I give the family, especially the men in this situation, a lot of props because they could have easily, got physical with him, but they was like, whatever, right? Even though he was disrespectful. But once again, as a black person out there, engaging with the public, what's a safe spot? What's a safe space? Because you see situations like this that happen all the time, regardless of what coast you're on, regardless of what region of this country you're in. Someone's quick to throw these racial slurs at you and be offensive, unprovoked.
FBA, African American, Black American, the first people of America, so on. We've been arguing about what to call ourselves for over a century. And I don't mean online. I mean in print, in journals, in Black women's writing in the 19th century. In 1895, Sylvia Mann Maples, a club woman from Tennessee, published an essay in the Woman's Era. And in this essay, she posed a question. Why are we so eager to discard our name, and who benefits from it? And Sylvia was pointing out something super radical for her time. It was 1895. She was saying that Negro, when capitalized, held no inherent shame. And she goes on to say the shame came from how white society was treating Black people, not from the word Negro itself. She sharply criticized the rush toward the newly coined term Afro-American, calling it a dodge, not liberation. Her argument was simple and dangerous. If a name is dishonored, it's because society is dishonoring its people. And historically, Black people have been called African, Black, Negro, colored, not randomly, but politically. Scholars show that in the 18th and early 19th century, Black Americans referred to themselves as Africans until the rise of colonization movements made the referral to that super dangerous. Later, referring to ourselves as colored became the thing, and then Negro, which Du Bois fought to have it capitalized as an assertion of our dignity. And by the 1960s, Black emerged as reclamation. Black was defiant, it was militant, and it was directly the opposite of whiteness. And when African American emerged as the more popular term in the late 20th century, they had hoped a hyphen would grant some legitimacy to our Americanness. And research shows that these decisions of the more popular term were never unanimous. No one could ever fully agree. Resistance, disagreement, and class tension were at the forefront for these names. And Sylvia Girl was ahead of her time. She understood that naming was power, and that do we get to decide what name has power over us since, you know, we're the ones being called it? It's something that we have to continuously think about. And she closed out by saying the only womanly and manly response was to make a name worthy through action. We're never having new conversations, we're always rehashing them. And I think it's really interesting and really cool that a Black woman in 1895 was brave enough to have it.
How come when Black Americans go to Africa, the Africans recognize there's a difference between us and them, and they treat us accordingly? But when Africans come to America, the Africans here say that all Black people in America are African. Y'all don't go to Jamaica and do that shit. Y'all don't go to Haiti and say, oh, we all African. Y'all don't go to Brazil, the Dominican Republic, and say that shit. So why do y'all say it to us? It doesn't make any fucking sense. And it's crazy as fuck that y'all only started saying shit like this when people started getting deported. When visas started getting revoked. Now y'all are saying we all African and we should all stand together? The timing on that is funny as hell. And I really didn't want to say nothing about this until y'all try to say that Black History Month is for all Black people. No, that's for Black Americans, the descendants of slaves. That's not for y'all. We made it possible for y'all people to come over here and be treated equally. We made it possible for people of every race to come over here and be treated equally. Y'all didn't do that shit. Y'all need to stop trying to act like we the same, because we fucking not. Y'all was the ones that came here and said Black Americans was lazy and criminals and poor. But now y'all want to be buddy-buddy with us? Hell no. Stay the fuck away from us.
If Black people are still oppressed by slavery that happened over 200 years ago, then I have PTSD because my grandfather was a war veteran. You see, that makes no fucking sense!
His whole analogy is essentially comparing apples to oranges because these two things are not the same at all. Firstly, slavery had a way different effect than someone who just fought in a war. During slavery, they used to beat, eat, SA, separate families, use them as alligator bait, and so many disgusting things they did to slaves. And even after all of that ended, they still found a way to keep Black people down. Lynchings, the burning down of Black communities, segregation, denying them the same opportunity as white people. You see what I mean? Like, it's not just slavery. It was a series of oppression from the moment they arrived in America all the way to the present. Slavery is the start of why so many people are racist today, why white supremacy exists. So it's not that we're stuck on slavery, it's actually slavery being stuck on us. Slavery left a mark that will never be cleansed ever. And sitting here and ignoring it isn't gonna really help anything. You can't just sit here and compare slavery, years of oppression, to a war veteran that went through PTSD. It's not the same thing at all. I shouldn't even have to explain this. A war veteran experiencing PTSD is an individual experience. You're obviously not gonna have PTSD from what your grandfather went through because it didn't happen to you. It doesn't impact you, not one bit. The difference with slavery is that the effects are prevalent today, and those effects are racism and white supremacy, again. So yeah, next time, let's not make a slow analogy.
That's how y'all feel, South Africa? Like for real? Because I saw that an African-American content creator out here by the name of Viral. I've seen his posts, I support him and shit like that. Go take a trip out there just for y'all to be racist? Just for y'all to try to attack him while he's on his stream? Telling him to go back to his country? To go back to Trump? And this is not the first time I've seen somebody from America, more specifically a Black American, go out there to South Africa and you guys acting like this. I've heard similar experiences coming out of Ghana as well. And I just don't understand it because when it comes to Black American celebrities, I be literally worshiping them. I be doing the absolute most. But when it comes to us regular Black Americans, it seems like y'all don't have that same welcoming energy. And we not looking to be treated like celebrities. We just want to be treated with basic human respect. But let me find out you South Africans are actually racist because of the type of shit that y'all was saying up under my video when I was calling out you guys' racism and prejudice towards other black Africans within the continent. It was kind of alarming. And the testimonies from other black Africans on the continent of Africa when it comes to interacting with South Africans is starting to line up. And at this point, it can't be everybody and not y'all. I don't know what y'all got going on over there in South Africa, but y'all gonna have to clean that shit up, bruh. Cause I'm sitting here like maybe I should not go out there. Maybe I should exit South Africa on my African trip. Cause like I was planning on coming out there and going to a couple places, but maybe I should not stop in South Africa. Cause mind you, Viral is what I consider to be one of us, meaning he's also from Long Beach. I'm from Long Beach, California. So I can't stand for that type of treatment, bro. You gotta treat us niggas from Long Beach better. But not seriously, though. I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on, but y'all gotta clean that shit up.
You know what's crazy to me, bro, is when they had the BLM protest, everybody was popping out. Every celebrity, YG, the Ball brothers, everybody was popping out. Where's that now? Where are the celebrities now? Where are they protesting now? Where are the teams now? Why is nobody speaking up? Even Kendrick Lamar made a song. Lil Baby made a song. But where's everybody now?
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Where's J-Lo? Where's Bad Bunny? Where's Maluma? Where's Shakira? Talk to your own people. Because J-Lo was just up on the pulpit at the inauguration doing this.
Y justicia para todos. Let's get
No matter what happens in this country, everyone under that POC umbrella always finds a way to put the focus back on black people. Obviously, we understand what's going on right now with the ICE raids that are going on in America and Los Angeles, to be specific. But there have been a lot of Latino people coming online asking about black celebrities and black people showing up and comparing this event to BLM. Now, don't get me wrong. We were home during the pandemic. People had no jobs. People weren't in the office. And yes, black people, black celebrities, black businessmen showed up for black people. Corporations and teams that had black people on them showed up for their black constituents and their black workers. As it currently stands as demographic, there are more Latinos in America than there are black people. And half of that population voted for what's going on right now. Speak to your own population. Stand up for yourself with each other. Talk internally about how you're so disjointed between the Central and South Americans and the Caribbean people in the East Coast. Talk to each other. Why are you looking for black people to put you guys on a pedestal and go fight for you when this is also your fight, primarily your fight? Black Lives Matter was our fight, but we speak up for ourselves. We also speak up for everyone, and we did it the most with our vote. And even though black people are saying this is not our fight, we're sitting this out, we're doing all these things like resting, there are several ways black people are showing up by not supporting Starbucks, by not supporting Target, by not supporting any company that put out D&I, by boycotting, by using our voice like I do. There's so many ways that black people still will always show up for ourselves in this country. And when we show up for ourselves, guess who benefits? Everyone else. Reach out to your fellow Asians. Reach out to your Middle Eastern Arab people. Reach out to the large Russian population that's in LA, the Armenians, the Persians. There's so many immigrant groups that live in this city, but you want to single out black people. Can't win them all. Ciao.
How to call out casual racism. Casual racism is one of the many forms of racism. It is disguised in jokes and passing comments, and this contributes to a system of oppression. Examples of casual racism include playing on stereotypes to do with certain races. It also includes harmful generalizations of whole races in the form of jokes and comments. Casual racism also includes saying a word which has historically been used as a weapon against a group of people. For an example, the N-word. That is a form of casual racism if it is said without intention, and an active form of racism if you are saying it with intention. Most of the time, people don't understand that they are engaging in this type of behavior because they are not aware. But at the same time, it is so important to understand and take steps to awareness if you don't have it. How do you call it out? 1. Silence. Don't engage. 2. Question their behavior. Finally, be an active bystander.
You can tell how racist a white person is by how hard they pronounce the B in black when they're talking about black people. Okay, so if they say black people, first of all, if they say black people, they're probably okay. If they say African Americans, you know, they're possibly okay. They're probably trying to ensure that they're not being racist by saying. Yeah, when a white person says African American, it's usually because they're not comfortable saying black people, and so they're trying to be politically correct and ensure everyone knows that they're not racist because they don't know if saying black people is racist or not. And, you know, I get that. It's a little confusing. It's still confusing within our own community. Some black people are like, no, black people. Some people are like, no, we're African American. So the ticket is still out on black people versus African American for a lot of folks. So if they say African American, you know, give them a pass. They're trying their best. If they say black people, then you know you start. First of all, if they're really racist, they won't even say black people. They'll say blacks with an extra hard B. And so once they drop off the people and add the, like we are the cats or the dogs or the bears or the giraffes, like they start like that it others so much further than when they say blacks. I don't like when they say blacks because it takes away the people and it makes it seem like some sort of inanimate object like blacks. But when they say the blacks, it's like, you know that they feel like we're not even humans at that point. They're saying the rocks, the grass, the trees. They're saying the blacks. So when you have the and then the extra hard B, the blacks. Yeah, you're racist. So just, you know, keep an eye out for how hard white people are pronouncing the B in blacks, and you can, your racism radar should go every time they hit a hard B in blacks.
Y'all need to stop letting these biracial and non-black people piss you off, because ain't no way in hell 2 girls dressed like Tom Sawyer finna tell me what it is to be a black woman. No way. It's always that specific archetype of the white mom, black dad. And it got me thinking. It got me thinking about the erasure of black people and how they're trying to whitewash our genes. And it also makes me think about that Nat Geo picture of what they predicted humans to look like years from now. If you pay attention to the picture, because it's not just that one picture of that one light-skinned girl, it's like multiple pictures of all types of people, except for really black people, because the people that you see on the list, it looks like they're mixed, but you can't really tell what they're mixed with. But you don't see a person that's like, okay, like I could tell that like you're black, like, you know, you're black. You see Asian, you see white, you see every other race, but you don't see black on there. You can also see this in a conversation around like the athletes and how, you know, once they go on stage to accept their awards, you know, their families are being shown. These mugs are white. Like, these mixed kids don't look mixed no more. They look white. Like, this looks like a white person. And to tie that back into that, you have a lot of situations that are popping up where you have these mixed kids or these even racially ambiguous people that are trying to tell black women and black people how to feel about issues that only they would go through. I don't care what y'all say, a mixed girl with 3C hair or up cannot tell a fully black girl how to feel about her 4C hair and how to feel about herself and present herself. You just can't. There's 2 different worlds. Like, it's literally a tale of 2 cities where whether you want to realize it or accept it or not. And I feel like there's a lot of people that are just trying to redefine black people and redefine our culture without having black people in the room. Stop that. And to try to sit up there and say that something ain't black girl magic is crazy, because if you really knew about black girl magic, the first rule of black girl magic is to mind your goddamn business. Mind it! Now, I feel like the narrative is so tired of, oh, black women wear lashes, black women wear weed. Shut up.
How can black people be racist towards other black people? This is the story of my life. Personally, according to my experience, I was raised in a predominantly white environment, which means that all the examples that I had around me were white people. So I wanted lighter skin, straight hair. I thought that when I would hang up in like ghetto area with black people, I would get robbed. I still have to be conscious and aware of this nowadays. So it was really about cancelling out all of my biases that I had against black people and just being like, yo, no, not all black people rob or are thieves or I don't know, whatever else stereotypes. And also being like, yo, your natural hair is pretty, your skin is pretty, like, you're worthy. And this is what we call internalized racism. I think it happens a lot more in African Europeans individuals. So like, I was born and raised in Belgium, and in Belgium the racism is insidious. It's like a snake. It's not obvious, but it's there. So like you would see a bunch of commercials with white people in it, never see any representation whatsoever in films and books, nothing. So you would always really think that white is the standard and that's it. In those types of countries, in those types of environments, they make the earth, the ground fertile for internalized racism. Hope you understand better how black people can be racist towards other black people. Follow for more.
I have never included black people into the POC community. To me, there's white folks, there's POCs, and then there's us. There's us, and then there's them. You see my finger placement? Because POCs are closer to white folks than they are to us. To me, the only difference between white folks and POCs are POCs have privilege, but they don't have white privilege. Like, they have non-black privilege. The similarities between POCs and white folks is they're both equally anti-black as fuck. This might sound problematic, but this is just me. It's always going to be us, and it's always going to be everybody else. All we got is us, and we can't even stick together. Shit. But we be trying though. I feel like we be together when it matters, for real. Sometimes.
Here are 5 different phrases that you may use all the time and had no idea that they were racist. Number 1, uppity. Uppity is a term that used to describe blacks that were acting out of their place, as if they wanted to be treated equal when they were considered second-class citizens. Number 2, the itis, a derogatory term that was used to describe the laziness of blacks. It was actually N-word itis is where the term originally comes from. Number 3, the peanut gallery. When people would go to a show, the cheapest seats in the house, the ones that no one wanted to sit in, they considered those a peanut gallery. The only people who could sit in those seats were blacks. Number 4, the phrase cakewalk. Back in slave times, cakewalk was a dance that slaves used to do for their master. And number 5, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. The original version, let's just say the word tiger was not the word tiger.
I really want y'all to know women are terrible fucking people. I don't care how nobody put it, flip it.
Honestly, I could not agree more than what she just said. I say this all the time to people. All the time. Be like, you got a lot of male friends, and people think like, oh, I don't mess with females, and that is not the case at all. But it is the case. And it's not that I don't mess with females. Like, it takes a particular female to understand. But most females are trash. Like, they just are. Like, men, for me, is easy to be friends with because I know the true intentions of a man. Like, most likely, all a man want to do when they see me or when they want to be with me, first off the top, is probably they want to, be intimate. But if I shut that shit down, like, it can't go any further than what I allow it to go. And people will stay in a place as long as they feel that they need to stay in a place. There's no other intention. But with females, like, you don't know why they want to be your friend. They can want to be your friend just because you have somebody that you don't get along with, and that person you don't get along with, they want to be friends with them to click up. Or maybe you know somebody like maybe popular or can get them in bars and stuff, so they want to be friends with you just because they can benefit off of that, who you know, where you can go. And then you got the weird females that are just be like, they don't really like you, but they just want to be friends with you just so they can subliminally talk about you. Like, it's just nuts. And just as she stated in that video, yes, a lot of them females are mad needy. Like, I have too many issues within my own self that I have to figure out and things going on in my life. I cannot sit here and deal with a female friend who wants me all day, every day, calling, texting, nonstop, blah, blah, blah. Men, I can go without speaking for months, and then they'll hit me up like, yo, let's go kick it, and then we can go kick it like nothing changed. But females be so quick to be, I want to be your friend no more because you didn't come up for my birthday party, but you didn't even come to my birthday party. I sat there and bought you a gift. You didn't even give me a gift. It's like the nerve. But if I go to my male friend, I ain't even got to give them a birthday gift, and they don't even care, and they'll still end up giving me something. Like, ain't it supposed to be about the thought? Like, but it's always like a tip for tat for females. And this is why I just choose to rather deal with guys than it is with females. Because y'all, and it's probably beyond that, but, I'm going to keep it right there for right now. But, yeah, if you want to be a female friend of mine, just know I'm a real one. I ain't got time for no drama. I ain't got time for none of that. I ain't even on that type. If I don't like you, I don't like you. I'm going to let it be known that I don't like you. And it's just that simple for me.